What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how you can find and look at some cars for sale here in Japan. So everyone really seems to like the Cars for Sale in Japan series I've been doing. Gets a lot of views, everybody comments on it. So I wanted to show you guys a way you can go online and look for cars for sale here. You might even see that some of the prices online are going to be more reasonable than the prices you see here in Okinawa. Since Okinawa is the #1 spot for US military in Japan, prices are definitely jacked up here a little bit. So now let's move over to the computer and show you guys some places you can go to look for cars. First, we are going to start out with Gnet. Gnet is like a cars.com or something like that in the States where other dealers can go and list their cars for sale, and everybody can come in one spot and find all these cars and find what they want. As you can see, Gnet is all in Japanese, but luckily for anybody that can't read Japanese, like myself for the most part, they have an English button. So here you can go and you can select your make. Let's say we want to go and find some R32 GTRs for sale. We're going to go over here and pick Nissan. Scroll all the way down till we find Skyline. Let's look at R32s. We'll go 91 to 94. So this has brought up every R32 Skyline for sale in the whole country of Japan. We're going to sort it even more and look at just GTRs. Let's take a look at this nice white one. This one is a 1994, so it's not going to be legal to go back to the States yet. They're asking about 1.3 million yen for it, which equals about 13,000 US dollars. $178,000 kilometers. A little bit high on the kilometers, not too bad. But for a 1994, I feel like it should be priced a little bit less than that. Let's find one that's legal to go back to the States. Here is a March of 1991. So that one is older than 25 years, so it could go back. 97,000 kilometers. It's a lot better than the 178. Only a couple pictures though. And if you read this description down here, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense when it's translated over from Japanese. Classic model, well used, large displacement, ordinary options, professional, right handle, smoke free, ordinary engined, commonly used, not smart key. It goes on and on. Some of the stuff kind of makes sense, but others it's just kind of a loose translation. Let's see if we can find one more R32 that's legal to go back. Here's one that turned legal just here in October. It is a October of 91. They want just under 1.6 million yen, so you're looking at around $15,500 maybe. 109,000 kilometers. The super rare gunmetal gray. Stock steering wheel in there. Looks like some different gauges though. A little bit of rust. Doesn't look like something you'd have to worry about too much though. Classic model, well used. Just kind of weird. But I guess it is just a loose translation, like I said. Alright, now let's go take a look at something else. Let's take a look at Integras. We're going to go for DC2 Integras. I think I went one too many years for the DC2. Maybe it was 99. Can't remember off the top of my head. Let's see if we can also go for Type Rs. Yes. We'll take a look at the first one. It is a April of 1998 Honda Integra Type R with 98,000 kilometers for only 691,000 yen. So that's around 6,500 US dollars. That's crazy. I'm not sure what the Type R Integras, the US spec ones, were going for now, but when I left America a couple years ago, I know they were up around $10,000, $11,000. That's awesome. You can come over here and get the so sought after JDM spec Integra Type R for only 6,500 US dollars. Big spoiler. Red Recaros, Momo steering wheel, the beautiful B18. I do love Integras, and that is something I will definitely own again. Alright, let's take a look at something else everybody loves, the Toyota Supra. Haven't really done a whole lot of price looking on these, so I'm not really sure what to expect. Definitely looks a little bit pricier than the GTRs. I can see right here, it's around 27,000 US dollars. This one's only at around 9,000 US dollars, but it's not the twin turbo model. So as you can see, it looks like the twin turbo models are all around the $20,000 mark and higher. Let's take a look at this one right here for 2.1 million yen, which translates loosely over to around 21,000 US dollars. 66,000 kilometers. October of 1995. It looks like it's in mint condition. There's everybody's favorite 2JZ motor. Automatic transmission though. Let's see if we can go back and find one with a manual transmission to see the price difference. So that one was 66,000 kilometers for 2.1 million yen. Automatic transmission, I didn't see that. So let's look for another twin turbo model. There's a twin turbo model. And that was the manual transmission for about 100,000 more yen, so about 1,000 more US dollars. But there's definitely a mileage difference there too. That's almost double the miles. Wow. That is slammed. Those big ridiculous wheels as well. This thing's all pimped out. No joke, almost everybody in Japan has some sort of TV in their car. And it's not just in the backseat for their kids. I constantly see people driving down the road watching TV. Wow. This thing has a lot of work done to it. Not my taste in work, but still a lot of time and money went into this car. So that can kind of give you a small idea of the crazy things you can find here on GoNet. Let's go back home and look at one more car. I've really had my eyes on this next car. I think it's the only car I would get rid of my GTR for.
the NSX. But they are also almost all of them more than double the price of the GTR. There's a lot of automatics with the NSX too. I ran into looking at that yesterday. Let's sort by manual. So you can see this top NSX here, priced at 9.9 million yen, so you know, around 98,000 US dollars, roughly. 45,000 kilometers. This one is a 1999. I'm honestly not too sure why this one costs so much. Let's go take a look at a little bit more reasonably priced one. So here's one for 3.9 million, around 38,000 US dollars. Really clean looking. That would be closer to my price range for an NSX. But I just don't know if I want to give up the GTR plus another 16, 17, really almost $20,000. But they are beautiful. And this one being a July of 1991 is legal to go back to the States now. But we'll see. I have a year and a half to decide if I want to get rid of the GTR for anything else, which would only be this car. Alright, so I said that was going to be the last one, but let's look back at one more thing. I'm not sure how to sort it here on the English version, but if you go back over here to the Japanese version and look at, we'll go for Mazda. You can sort it by what prefecture you want to look at. So here is Okinawa. There are 3 RX-7s for sale here on Gnet. And as you guys can see, these two right here are the ones from my last Cars for Sale video. So whenever I go out and make Cars for Sale videos, you guys can come on here and check out some of the cars as well that might be listed on Gnet. There's that beautiful black FD from the last video. And the 118 here is about 1.1 million yen, so around 11,000 US dollars. Like I said in the Cars for Sale video.
Alright, so that's enough GooNet for now. I'm going to show you guys one more website this time. We're going to go to a more local website. It's Buku. Buku is very similar to Craigslist in the States, and I guess they actually use Buku in the States as well. It's definitely not used near as much in the States as Craigslist, but over here nobody uses Craigslist, and everybody in Okinawa always uses Buku. Most of the people on Buku are Americans. There are some locals that use Buku to sell the cars, but a lot of the cars you're going to find on Buku are going to be cars that other servicemen are selling, private party sales. So the prices on this are going to be a little bit more reasonable than what you see in Okinawa at the dealerships I go to. So let's jump into the computer and take a look at that.
Now to show everybody Buku, we're going to keep it simple and use Google. So you're just going to go on and type in Okinawa Buku. And it brings you to the main page, as you can see, all in English because it is mostly Americans using it. We're going to sort by cars and trucks. And here are all the cars for sale. This will be really easy for you guys to skim through and find interesting cars because it's all in English. GooNet is a lot more loosely translated on the English version, but it is also really pretty simple to search through GooNet. So it'll be really awesome. You guys can get on here and look at some of the cool cars for sale here. But for here in Okinawa, we have an Evo 7 for 10,000 US dollars. This one's actually been for sale for a little while. I think a lot of people have a big problem with paying a lot of money. When I say a lot, I say $10,000 isn't a lot of money, but people coming to Okinawa mostly buy beater cars, and the people that do spend a lot of money on cars that like tuner style cars usually don't buy newer cars. So whenever you see an awesome Evo like this, it's sometimes hard to get rid of, I guess, because it's a newer car. Nobody can ship that back to the United States after they leave here. So you find these awesome cars going for, you know, as little as $10,000, but here it seems like a lot of money for somebody to spend. And this isn't a stock Evo either. You can see its full list of parts down here. I'll let y'all go back and look at that if you want to. We'll skim through a few more here. It's a nice 180SX for 2,500 US dollars. Actually, it looks like this is a part out that's happening this weekend. So let's keep scrolling through here for a few more. There's a Ruckus. I've always liked the Honda Ruckuses. And here we're only allowed to own one car per licensed driver, but we are allowed one bike or moped per person as well. So I really would like to pick something like this up just to save on gas money. Let's search a couple things. Let's go with GTR. So there are quite a few GTRs for sale right now, and GTR parts. There's a December of 1992. Beautiful white. Nice looking valve covers. There's a April of 94 for 13,500. Godzilla wants your stick family. I like the clean no wing look. 106,000 kilometers. Not a bad price for that one at all. But it is a 94, so some people here can't take that home, depending on how long they're stationed here for. You can see there's a lot of parts for sale too. Really like these valve covers. If I had an extra $300 laying around, that'd be a nice pickup. I really like these Mark III Supras as well. This is a dealership. This is the guy who sold me my car. He is in mainland Japan, but he makes a lot of business off of some of the military people here in Okinawa as well. He's got a good reputation for the most part of selling clean, reliable cars. And his price also includes the shipping and everything to Okinawa. So this one has 159,000 kilometers, which he already has converted to is 99,000 miles. So definitely not a bad deal for something like that. See if there's any other Evos for sale. Evo 4, 5,500. That's $500 more than we paid for the red one when we got here. The white does look clean, minus that front lip looks a little messed up. But overall, a really clean looking car. 80,000 miles. Now this isn't an Evo, but look here, we have a Pulsar that popped up. Beautiful Pulsar for 7,800. That Pulsar is a super fun car to drive. Let's look at RX-7s before we go. Beautiful 93. I love the red. $88,000 kilometers. Absolutely gorgeous car. An FDRX7 is definitely on my list to own. This is like video 2 in a row of me saying that. Also a nice white one over here. $8,500, 103,000 kilometers. But Buku really is a pretty awesome place to come look at cars for sale here in Okinawa. That's a little different to see on Buku. A nice new 370Z, 17,500 US dollars. 42,000 kilometers. It's a beautiful car.
So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing some of the websites you can use to look at cars for sale in Japan. There are other websites that you can use, and I'll probably go over some of those in future videos. But for now, I wanted to give y'all a place you could go and look at cars and just browse cars in Japan and have a good time. Because that's definitely something that I did whenever I found out I was coming here. I found out some of the websites I could use, and I just looked at everything I could find for sale. And I imagine that would be fun to do even if you're not coming to Japan. So hopefully this video didn't bore y'all too much. This weekend is Okinawa Motorsports Festival, I think is what it's called. There's going to be drifting, there's going to be racing, there's going to be motorbikes doing crazy jumps and things like that. I think there's also RC drifting possibly there. That's what it was last year at least. So this weekend I will definitely be attending that. It's a 2-day event. It's only a couple miles from the base, so I'll definitely be there one day, maybe two, we'll see. Depending on how much there is to do there and if we need to go back for a second day. But definitely stay tuned for that video. And then the following weekend after that is Cars and Coffee, so that's always an awesome turnout. And it's during the day, so it's really nice and easy to make a good video out there. I think also at some point this week or next week, I'm going to try to get out and make a video in the middle of the week for another car spotting video. Oh, and I also forgot, I think I'm going to be peeling the green paint off soon. It's starting to come up in a few places. There's a few chips in it. I can see the white poking through, and I've been looking back on some pictures, and I really want that beautiful white paint job to come back through. So very good chance within the next week or two that I'm going to be doing a peel video of the car and going back to white. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know if you like the green, if that's something you want to see me keep, or if you would rather go back to the super clean white. The white wasn't perfect, so I mean it's not super clean, but it really was a good looking car. I mean it's going to be a good looking car regardless, but I like the green, but it's starting to peel, so I think it might be time to just go ahead and peel it all off. One other thing, we are now over 5,800 subscribers on this channel. Within the last week or so, it has completely blown up more than I ever imagined. I went from, I think like 3,400 subscribers to the next day having 4,400 to the next day having 5,400, something ridiculous like that. But it is absolutely awesome. I love to see it like that. That is amazing to see the channel grow. I've said it a million times, and I'm going to say it a million more times. It's awesome, and I never expected it. And thank you all so much for watching my videos and the likes and the comments. Thank you all for all of that. Supra going by back there. But it is a weekday, and I do have to work tomorrow, so I need to get to editing this video, eat some dinner, and watch the World Series tomorrow. Game 6 of that is happening. It's really weird over here because it's going to be coming on at 9 a.m., so it's really awkward, especially with the Super Bowl, too. You know, you have Super Bowl parties back home for the Super Bowl, and here it's a Super Bowl that's happening at 8 or 9 in the morning, so there's no crazy drunk parties of people going crazy or anything. But I am excited about Game 6 of the World Series, so I will be up at 9 a.m. watching that, hoping for another Cubs win. But now I'm completely off subject. So peace out, everybody, and as always, thanks for watching.